So Ripple has literally confirmed that over $600 trillion in real estate assets will come on through tokenization onto the XRP ledger, projecting over $11,789.19 per XRP in 4 days. Now, this is massive because there's two parts to this. Ripple's tokenization and RealFi tokenizing over $654.39 trillion in global real estate market on the XRP ledger, announcing publicly that not only are they building on the XRP ledger and have tested it, but that they've also spoken and met with the Ripple team during the development of RealFi over the last 2 years to discuss the XRP ledger's technical capabilities, and that those valuable discussions provided deeper insight into the XRP ledger, reinforced how RealFi is innovatively building on this powerful technology. Meaning they've literally spoke with the Ripple team, met with the Ripple team, and thus decided to build RealFi onto the XRP ledger versus any other ecosystem. And again, this is why we're getting the unlock of over $654.39 trillion in the global real estate market, and it's unfolding very quickly. This is set to start on June 7th, 2025 at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is why, after doing some research, I've uncovered that a lot of these experts and analysts that are giving these price predictions of $11,000, $12,000 per XRP, even some of them saying $70 per XRP, all align on the same date of the June 7th, which is in less than 4 days. And you're going to see more on this later on in the video as we uncover more and more information about tokenization of real estate happening on the XRP ledger, and it really taking the XRP ledger and XRP to new highs. And before we get right into this, we do have to highlight that we are partnering with Uphold to give every single person watching in this video free XRP. If you want to get yourself a bunch of free money where you can then get more XRP with, you can simply sign up on Uphold using my link in the description and do a transaction. Once this is complete, you'll get yourself up to $100 worth of free money for you to buy XRP, or you can obviously buy any other crypto with it. You can withdraw it. It's completely up to you, but it's literally free money, and I definitely recommend it. And of course, as we talk about XRP is already beginning to pump. It's currently sitting at $2.24, up 2%, as the entire rest of the market is in the red. Why? Well, it's because of the official announcement of RealFi officially declaring that the launch of the Real token, which will facilitate the $654.39 trillion, is going to happen on the XRP ledger, and it is going to happen on June 7th, 2025 at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They also announced that the phase 1 sale of the Real token will be limited to 100 million tokens, marking the beginning of a strategic rollout to support the tokenization of $654.39 trillion global real estate market within the RealFi ecosystem, and then you can learn more by visiting their website at payrealfi.com. Here's their website. I mean, this is absolutely major adoption for the XRP ledger. It's the from rent to real estate, pay the world with one currency built on the XRP ledger. And it does show you that the tokens that will be accessible for a universal currency, universal platform for payments of real estate will allow two currencies, that being the Real token and of course XRP. On top of this, the real estate ecosystem will include unified payments, tokenized real estate, and global accessibility. And if you scroll all the way at the bottom, you'll realize that they are major. I mean, they've already partnered with the XRP ledger, with Sologenic, X-Magnetic, they partnered with a Ben Exchange, and a bunch of other massive outlets. So this is confirmed, and the fact that the Ripple X dev team, the official Ripple Labs X page and website, unveiled the $600 trillion real estate is one of the most valuable asset classes. Now it's ongoing on-chain, starting with the Dubai title deeds tokenization built on the XRP ledger. The fact that they've brought this up is already in and of itself massive, because of the concept of them literally verifying that RealFi, which literally talked about tokenizing $600 trillion, is official. And it may just be that Ripple and RealFi are partnered. Well, they haven't announced it, and even in this post, RealFi didn't officially announce that they're partnered with Ripple. I mean, this is very, very close, and we might as well say that RealFi is partnered with Ripple, because obviously this is a very close link. The partnerships that they're unveiling, the collaborations, the meetings, the discussions, All of this points to one thing, and that is that RealFi and Ripple are very closely aligned. So we have made a clear point, and multiple analysts have confirmed that with the scale of $654.39 trillion, XRP's price will sit around $12,000 per XRP. But the real matter is, what's the price of XRP going to be instantaneously as it happens? And while some analysts speculate about $50 per XRP or $49.88 per XRP. One analyst confirmed this live as he goes through the entire process, so I want to show you this clip, but then I also want to talk about the over 100 banks integrating XRP for global payment solutions. Is also unveiling on the XRP ledger and is being led by another project that is right now extremely bullish. So obviously 100 banks are on the XRP ledger, but the top DeFi project is onboarding millions of new users, and that is the crypto trading fund, and is using it through payment rewards. So they built a payment rewards framework. They've onboarded Amazon. They've onboarded Walmart. They've now onboarded one of the largest real estate companies in Dubai, Damac, and it's all happening in front of our eyes. And that token is, with only $20 billion market cap, the CTIF token would literally skyrocket to over $748, and it's currently sitting at 42 cents or 0.042 XRP. I mean, these are dirt cheap levels, but the potential here is insane. But again, let's go ahead and roll the clip.
This is the thing people don't understand about XRP specifically. And then people will say, well, for XRP to get to $50 or $40, it would have to get to near $2.5 trillion market cap. And then this is where those people make the biggest mistake. They say XRP right now is at 100. In order for it to get to 2 trillion, roughly 1.4 trillion has to come into the market. That's completely, utterly untrue. Only about 20 or 30 billion would have to come into XRP in a short amount of time to get into that $2.5 trillion market cap. A lot of haters of XRP do not understand how market cap and inflow are completely different. And now Bitcoin is at 2 trillion roughly, and it goes to 4 trillion. 2 trillion don't have to come into the market for that to happen. That's not how it works. Just, I give an example. This is how thin liquidity works. Now, crypto is more susceptible to thin liquidity than any other asset in the world. Is that in a mature market, a lot of money has to come into that market to change that price. A lot more money. Now, in an immature market, crypto is only 15 years old compared to the stock market. Something like crypto, right? So a little bit of money comes in, but it changes the market cap significantly. I'll give you an example. Now, and I'm going to exaggerate here. I know this is not exactly how it works, but this is roughly how it works. Of course, it doesn't work exactly like this, but it does roughly. In this situation, you got a house, you got a neighborhood, 100 houses. Each house is worth roughly 500,000. That gives us a market cap of the entire neighborhood of 50 million. Now, I come into that house and I say, man, I really want one of these houses. Nobody's selling. To one of the houses I like, say, I'll buy your house. And he says, no, I'm not selling. Why give you 600? Not selling. 700, not selling. 800, not selling. Why give you $1 million for this house right now? He, all taken, sells the house. And the transaction goes through. All those houses go up in value. All of them. Instantly, because that's how houses work on comps. That's how the market works on comps. The market is the last price the asset sold at multiplied by the supply. That neighborhood is the last price that house sold at multiplied by the last price a similar house sold at multiplied by supply. So now let's just say, in exaggerated form, that now all the houses appear to be worth $1 million. So that entire neighborhood is now worth $100 million. The million didn't flow into the neighborhood. Only 500,000 flew into the neighborhood. That 500,000, which is a thin liquidity example, pushed because that last sell of the house was $1 million. So all the houses that existed before that didn't even get bought or sold have went up in value. That's why market cap is not equal to inflow. Because if people really want XRP over a short amount of time and they keep pushing that price up, the price will rise with a little bit of money. That's how it works.
You guys have heard it, and the truth is, what he's saying is completely correct. You're going to have a large amount of demand spontaneously go all into XRP. The entire market doesn't need to rise for XRP to rise. The market cap is only a digital number. Well, inflow, and this is what the big deal is, inflow is going to be all going into XRP. Yes, the market cap of crypto will rise, but all the money will be flowing into XRP and thus result in a higher price per XRP due to a liquidity/demand crisis. And this is happening on every angle, whether we look at real estate, tokenization, whether we look at payments, everything is unfolding on the XRP ledger. Even payment rewards by the crypto trading fund, which is the top DeFi token on the XRP ledger, and it's a payment rewards token that have literally onboarded Amazon, Walmart, and a bunch of other institutions. Even they are building on the XRP ledger, literally burning XRP with every transaction. So guys, with that being said, I'm gonna end the video here. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Don't forget to tap the like button, subscribe to the channel to get notifications, and share this video, as well as sign up using my link in the description and do a transaction to get yourself up to $100 worth of free money where you can then buy even more XRP with. I'll see you next time, and peace.